Alright, well, I was pulled over, I want to say about 5 months ago, and I was going down 9th Street, and I felt I was going the right speed limit, but I was pulled over probably around, I want to say 8, 9 o'clock at night, and when I was pulled over, he asked me for my driver's license registration, as they usually do, and he asked me why I was speeding, and the first thing I said to him, so I wasn't speeding. He said, "Were you looking at your speedometer?" I said, "Yeah, I felt like I was," and I was going 55, and speed limit I felt was 65. So I asked him what was the problem. Then he was giving me all these beating around the bush. Then I go, "Let me go check your ID, see if you have any priors, blah blah blah." So he came back, saw nothing on me, made me get out the car, searched me, everything, searched my car. So I was asking why, repeatedly asking why are you doing this, and he really never gave me a straight up answer. So I don't know. After that situation, I feel that there is cops who stereotype and point out and whatnot, but I don't think it changes my overall view on law enforcement altogether. They just like every business. I feel there's going to be individuals who do their job well and don't. So that was my experience.
Thanks for sharing.
No problem.
Okay, I remember this time we went to Eugene. It was about 5 of us, a couple of football players. We went down to Eugene. We had just got out of a nightclub, and we were on our way back home. And we had got pulled over. First, we didn't know why. We were sitting on the side of the road for about 20 minutes. The next thing you know, it's like 5 cop cars. Next thing you know, we're all getting pulled out of the car. Not pulled out literally, but we getting called out of the car. Like I was the last one out. So when I got out the car and turned around and did my little spiel, I had to spread my arms and lift up my shirt. By the time I turned around, I saw 5 cop cars, and it was about 5 or 6 people with guns drawn. They had us sitting outside for about half an hour. This is in the middle of the winter, so it was pretty cold outside, and we were dressed like we went to the club. So we were on the side of the road for about half an hour, and then they searched the car. They couldn't find anything, and then they pretty much patted us on the back and told us we could leave. And as far as that affecting my view on law enforcement, it definitely heightened my awareness about my race and how that affects how the law enforcement looks at me.
What do you think they could do to prevent this or
prevent it? I don't know. Probably it's gotta start at the training. They gotta be able to realize. I don't know. I guess it's pretty much just eliminate the idea that people of color are bad people or up to no good. And I don't know. It's racial sensitivity, I guess.
Okay. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
So, there was one time my first year here where it was the first night actually, where I was walking down the street and I was just exploring Cross really, and a police officer was following me with his lights off. And he acted like I really didn't notice he was following me, but he was the whole time. Like, he kept going in different parking lots with the lights off, and it was the same officer too, and I always saw him blocks away. I never did know what officer that was, and really I just laughed at it really. It was funny, like, this is my first night here. I thought they wouldn't treat me the same way like in LA, but apparently so. And also, there was one night where my friends went out to a party and I was the designated driver. So I was driving my friend's car and we were a car full of minorities. And I remember that night I got pulled over 3 times. First time I got pulled over was because they supposedly said I didn't turn my left blinker on when I made a left turn, and I did. And then, funny thing was, 2 blocks later, the cop probably even still saw me. I got pulled over again by a different cop. And this time he just pulled me over to say, like, wondering what I was doing, like what we were doing. And all 3 of my friends are drunk and I'm the designated one. So really, I just showed my license and everything, but all he just wanted to know is if we were doing anything. And I was a bit, very offended by that you pull over just to really ask that question. And then we got almost a block away from the house, and we got pulled over, and one of the cops said our backlights were out, and no, they weren't, because I got pulled over twice before then, and if my backlights were out, somebody would have said it. And then they asked for license and registration, but that, I do believe it was based on race, because we were, as I said, 4 minorities in a car, 2 were African American, 1 was Latino. So, they pulled us over. It was also a weekend night. I can't remember whether it was Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And yeah, I would definitely say it was based on race to get pulled over 3 times like that.
Okay. So what can law enforcement do to improve?
Maybe spend more time with the community, because I feel as if there's this stereotype going on that if ever my minorities are in the car, that something's going on late at night, and we're just all out having fun like the rest, like every other person, we were all being responsible. As I said, they were intoxicated, I wasn't, so I was a designated driver. And yeah, I would say that they should just spend more time with the community and everything.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.